I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort. I don't remember. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series Women's Major event presented by Curling Stadium Beaumont, Alberta Curling Series, and Curling Zone on YouTube. My name is Jim Nix, and apologies for being just a little late getting going here. But we're only 3 shots or so into the first end. In this game, we have a beat qualifier game between Kate Cameron and Robyn Silvernagle. Teams with 1 loss. Sure, a good game last night. Beaumont from Japan. Kate's actually 3-1, I believe, going into this game, so it should be a really good game. Both two, although still young, very veteran teams that we've seen a lot over the last few years. These players that we've seen a lot. And we mixed up a little bit on teams. Silvernagle, I believe, playing for the first time this year out of Alberta. Seen her a number of times out of Saskatchewan. So make the designated import role in playing this squad out of Alberta. Not much going on here. We did have a rock walk early and a might come around, but looks like Cameron has hammer here in the first end. Swung over curling a little bit, probably underthrown more than anything. It's pretty light for first end, really. Seen that a little bit over the last 3-4 games where curlers have been able to maybe not keeping that weight up in the first couple of ends. With the curl here, with as much curl as we have, you just got to be careful you don't get caught doing that. I always like to err a little bit on the firm side of normal, if you will. If the skip's going to call a normal weight takeout, it's going to be, I'm going to try to throw normal, but I'm not going to be lighter, that's for sure. Not on this kind of ice. But it's really... First home for Silvernagle, Jesse Hunkin. And the O-turn, I assume this is going to be a guard. For a tight guard. And also, as we mentioned a number of times, and most of you have probably seen more than just this game, but just in case you haven't, the Rocks do have a ton of curl and a ton of finish as much as curl. I guess it's, you'll get from the hog line in, you'll easily get, if you're trying to go to the button, you better be outside the edge of the 8-foot or at the edge of the 8-foot to even have a chance of not over curling. So run back now. Taylor McDonald, Team Cameron. Fairly short run back, should be close on this. Certainly in the neighborhood. Just needed to make it curl a little bit more. Sometimes hard to make those heavier weight shots curl though. Try by Taylor. Silvernagle now will attempt to guard this one up herself. Hopefully stealing a point here in the first end. Triple knockout advance, so you've got to lose 3 times to be out. So the nice thing here, if you win this game, you're going to qualify for the playoffs, I believe. And might get to where the schedule is on my system here, but you lose though. You do live to play another day if they will. Well, it won't be another day; it'll be today, but you might have a couple more games. So it's a lot easier on the body and all of that by winning this game. So So a really big game. Another one of these teams you could see in the final of this event, no question. So it's a little bit heavy. You can see the finish there, it just swoops right over. Cameron is a tucker. Most tuckers are very good hitters. Not very good players, but they're definitely very good hitters. So I think she'll be looking to make the double here. Don't think you can get the double and roll. It just doesn't quite work. You might be able to roll a little bit. I don't think you're going to be able to roll behind the guard if you make the double. But right now, she'd be happy to make the double, I'm sure. Got to come up a little bit. Ah, very good shot. It's not a very good shot, Pete. Put yourself out of a bit of trouble. Wasn't in huge trouble, but it was. They've been able to get that guard on a little bit better. They might have a little more heat on her for that last shot, but. So Silvernagle will look to make this, and I think she will look to roll behind the guard as well. And maybe force Kate Cameron into a difficult shot to blank. Or maybe even perhaps she might force her to have to take one. I think the guard's long enough that you can probably manage to get to this rock almost no matter where she puts it. But close here, might overcurl. Nope, didn't overcurl. Need to curl a little bit more. She just had that down weak. Didn't quite realize she was quite that light. Very good shot though. And a good run at making that. If you're going to try to make it, you got to try to make it. She threw a nice control weight that they could work with. Just need to hit a little bit thinner. Cameron will definitely be looking for the blank here. This way, good firm weight. Just to curl another half an inch or so. Oh, gonna have a miss. That's something you're gonna see out of Kate Cameron very often, where she completely misses a stone, which was right on the center line, very standard shot. But Silvernagle steals one and goes up 1-0 after one end of play here at the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series women's feature.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Calling all curlers, novice to pro. Ashland Curling Supply's patented rotator disc system lets you customize your slider right in the store. Velcro attachments make it easy to find the sliding platform that's right for you. Shop Ashland Curling Supplies, 700 McPhillips, online at ashland.com.
We're back for end number 2. This battle between Cameron and Silvernagle. I think we have the scoreboard backwards here. It's 1-0 for Silvernagle, actually, if you're just happening to join during the break. Stealing one in the first end. And really, well, that's probably part of the reason why I've got it wrong on the board. Very unexpected miss on a wide open hit for Kate Cameron. Silvernagle goes to the top of the 4, and Cameron's going to call the out turn, corner guard. Not a lot of ice from what we've seen so far, but maybe enough. Looks like she was maybe a little wide, if anything, on this. Worked out fine. It's a good spot. Probably would actually like it to be over a little bit further, but not in the house. I guess it didn't work out quite as fine as I thought. I figured I was going to stop there. Silvernagle will look to hit that and roll over in front of her own someplace. Close to leading in front of her own at least. Christy Moore. Very good shot. Like to roll a little more, but it's early. That's not a bad effort. Thought earlier that Cameron might have played 4 games rather than 3 now, but she hasn't. She was both these teams for 2-1 at this point. It's a good looking shot. A little flop. Nicely done. Enzi Elias. Could be Elias. Could be pronounced slightly different than that, but hopefully that's right. Silvernagle trying to figure out how much of it she could see. I do sometimes wonder about that idea, looking at it that way. But I guess sometimes you do see it differently from the hack than you do from behind. She's going to run her own back early in the game and early in the end. I think this makes some sense. We need to do something difficult. Side sweeper going pretty hard. She's not going to make that. She may curl by and pick it out. Oh, almost. I'd be too happy with that shot, but Jesse is on. Missed that by quite a bit, really. It does seem in virtually every game it takes a few minutes for the teams to kind of get their head around the curl, even though I'm sure all the sheets are almost the same. But just to get your head around the curl and matching up the weight to the ice is always a bit of a challenge, and more so when there's a lot of curl like this. Having said that, that's what the curlers would not trade this for anything else. So they like to have lots of curl, and it's hard to have too much curl in a orange usually. You're around 5 feet is pretty nice. 4.5 to 5.5 feet of curl is usually pretty nice. You can manage with a little less, but one's better in this case, I think. To a degree. So Silvernagle facing 2. Play a little hit and roll inside. I don't think there's much chance of a double here. I think there'll be a pretty steep double. But even roll over towards it or in front of it, and that would be a good spot. Jesse looking to make up for the last one. It's going to be very close. Very good shot. Angle wasn't quite as quite as steep as I thought, but either way, very good shot. And good firm weight on that, suck a bunch of the curl out of it. So it was a little bit easier on that kind of a shot if you were able to do that. So the out turn hit, same idea, try to hit and roll behind the right guard. It's a short run back, but they're not always going to make run backs, so if you can get a little roll in behind, that would be nice. Going hard here. You go hard, real hard for a piece, really. Just a little late in the sweeping on that. Silvernagle already sitting one. And look to come around. Bury this half buried or 2/3 buried would be nice. It would also, if you only go that far, would also force her to play, possibly play the run back at an angle that wouldn't leave her shooter hanging around in the rings anywhere. Robyn trying to steer the rock over with her mitt. I think that works sometimes in curling, to be honest. So, pretty nice shot. I'd like to get a little bit more in behind than that. It's definitely a makeable hit and roll for Cameron. Third stone, Taylor McDonald. He's a good player. These girls are all good players. I think it's safe to say pretty much everybody out here is a good player. So it's going to be close to being very good. A bit more curl. Well, that's a very good effort. On weight there. I'm not quite sure what that is, so it's, I think by looking at that, it would be pretty much a normal takeout, right, with that ice. Normal, kind of being soft, maybe somewhere around 9.5 second, 10 second hit, maybe. See more working on that one. She's played a lot of different positions in her years. I'm not sure how much she's played front end, but however, I've seen her around over the years in various different positions. Down with the in-turn hit. Trying to make the double. And overthrow a little. Too bad. Very good throw. Just the proverbial half an inch from making it. She would, with that weight, she wouldn't have had to hit very much of it to remove it. Just had to stay just a touch straighter. Looks like Silvernagle's looking to throw a very tight guard. It was almost like I couldn't tell 100% for sure. I wasn't sure if she was trying to throw a guard or if she was trying to actually come right into the 12-foot, but I think it would be just a guard, but very tight. Beaumont Curling Club here has been a very busy place for the last 10 days or so with the men's event, equivalent to this event last weekend, starting on Thursday, I believe, and running right through till Sunday, late Sunday. And this event starting Thursday night as well. And we will conclude Sunday tomorrow late afternoon as well. So the out turn for Robyn Silvernagle. Trying to be tight with this. Mine looks really good. I don't think it's going to overcurl. Stops. That's well done. Interesting call here for Kate Cameron. Will she run the yellow? Trying to leave hers right behind the guard, maybe. Or will she run the red? Trying to make the doubles. Oh, 2 reds. Interesting. You run the reds, even if you make it, you're definitely not getting 2. If you play the angle raise hit on the yellow, you have an opportunity to get 2, possibly. You need to have probably miss one, but if you can put it in the right place and force her to play a run back, there's always a chance of a miss. Really nice to stay here, though, to make sure yours stays someplace, even if you end up staying in the open somewhere and you force with another blank shot for a blank on our last one. Just going to throw this fairly firm as well. Only just 6 or 8 inches of ice. Way. Want her to hold it? Will she be able to hold it? I don't think so. Oh. Well, it was certainly not plan A. And maybe not even plan B, but it worked. She did just throw it back off the other one and still had plenty on it. It was a good firm weight shot, so she does remove the Silvernagle rock and forces Robyn Silvernagle to play the hit. And with a little luck, Kate Cameron will get out of here with a blank in. She won't be terribly thrilled with that shot, though. It's you know, she's as I mentioned earlier, just she's a very, very good hitter, and that's 2 takeouts in a row. That she had missed the one the first time by very much, but it was still a miss. And this one, she really wasn't. I would suggest she wasn't all that close on it. So she will look to get better with that, and I'm sure she will. Nose hit for Robyn Silvernagle. And Kate Cameron will look to blank. See some weight on this one, I think. Don't want it to grow very much. Keeper jumped it right away. And you're really close to the nose. Should she stay there? No. Okay, good shot. Great shot by Kate Cameron. She'll be much happier with that. And we have a blank end, and our score remains Silvernagle 1, Cameron nothing after 2 ends of play.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
And we are back once again. This B qualifying game between Kate Cameron and Robyn Silvernagle. Silvernagle holding a 1-0 lead. Just thinking, watching the ads run through there, that Tim's ice making, and certainly players would be thrilled with the ice conditions here at the Beaumont Curling Club this weekend. Lots of curl. Congratulations to Matt Yeo and his team. Curling surface that these guys would really enjoy, I'm sure. Seems a little heavy. Goes right to the back of the 12-foot. So we'll ignore that. The guard ended up, the first shot ended up in an odd spot. It was more a center guard than a corner guard, of course, since she would have been trying to go to the center, but did leave the center line by a fair bit, so it could be useful to either team, I guess is what I'm saying at this point. That's a very nice shot. Lead Christy Moore. Silvernagle overall, Silvernagle team has probably been a little bit sharper than the Cameron team here for the first couple ends, but not a big difference on the scoreboard right now, so lots of time for both teams to get going. This is now turned pretty close to a freeze call here. I don't know if she tapped it a little bit. She might have tried to want to move, or might have wanted to try to move it ever so slightly. I don't know if that's going to happen, but she's in the house. Lindsay Elias, the lead for the Cameron team. Like the Elias. Interesting end developing here. We'll see how long. Just playing a guard here. Has to be a little bit out in front of the other red stone. And obviously somewhere very handy to center line. Overcurled a bit. Didn't accomplish a whole lot for the Silvernagle team, and basically just guarded the guard. But it adds another rock that is in the way for Cameron when she's trying to run things back here. She could possibly end up with shot rock after this. She can get a little bit of a drag. She's coming from the intern side, she's getting a little bit of a drag on that back rock. If she does, red goes on yellow and yellow goes on red, and in the end sort of changed around a little bit. Let's see what happens. This one's going to have to think a little bit. Oh, good shot. Ends up with a corner guard after all that. And, very good shot. was really planning on that one. Shot I kind of drew up in my mind was much more challenging. Very difficult. Silvernagle looking to throw the guard again. Maybe get it a little bit more toward the center line. You can see where her broom is there in the overhead picture. And usually that's the indication of where the skipper would actually like the rock to be, or whoever's holding the broom would like the rock to be. That's a very good shot. I'm looking to just remove this. In turn, sweeping to hold it for line. That works out okay. Second stone for the camera team. And Jesse Hunkins settling into the hack to throw what will be another out-turn guard. This release. Be careful with this one, it may go too far if you sweep it much further. Oh, look, it's probably, you can probably get it now. That I believe, looking at making it by driving the red one onto the yellow one. We're gonna have a little chat about it. Third Taylor McDonald comes down to talk with Kate about it. Well, three options, I guess. Here you could play the run back. Run back double, basically, and that would work. Okay. Also come right around that. I actually do think that you can probably come around with the right weight and move that red one back. If not out, certainly back far enough to be not a counter. But she's actually going to try to play this and make a couple here. Try to get the red in that yellow corner, the one corner anyway. Interesting call. Taylor lets it go. Also doing nothing, so it's obviously got a curl. She only gets the high one. Might not be that bad. Silvernagle's got to be a little careful here because, you know, you might get to a point where you kind of force her to play the raise on her own. And the problem with that is if you force her, and she definitely has room to do it, she could be playing it to sit 3. She'd have to leave a definite hold because I don't think you can make it from the outside coming in. It'd be very tough anyways. So the guard for Hunkin. think that's a good shot. That's where she wanted it. Team's had a couple of cracks at this, and if she could make it now, she still might be in a position where she's sitting 2. I'm thinking with the red on the yellow. Just by where Kate's broom went, and she let it go. I don't know that she's good. Is that going to hang around? Yeah, that's worked out quite well. Cameron sitting number 2, number 3. Everything pretty much wide open, so it's not. You certainly don't have Kate Cameron in any kind of trouble. But from Kate's point of view, at least she's got a couple of rocks in the house, and you get one roll out somewhere, and all of a sudden your 2 is in play. Conversation. I'm sure the sweepers know what's going on. He's playing pretty hard. Doesn't want to miss this. Get out? No. That's a huge, huge miss. Silvernagle. Would have been a big miss if it just rolled out, but not a massive miss with Cameron being able to play a hit to sit 3. It's just a matter of deciding which turn to go with. I think, I was going to say, I think you'd want to go out turn here. There's a lot better looking out, shot to the eye. I think the intern, a couple of things. You'd have to throw the intern quite hard, fairly hard, because you've got to take the curl kind of out of it. And that's never good. Sometimes when you're trying to keep it away from a guard, you tend to pulp it over a little bit, if you will, and that's not good either. So I think the outturn's the right shot. This is what she's called. This is a shot for 3. She has to maneuver it a little bit to make sure it doesn't hit the back one, but there's a lot of room there. You've got a good solid 8 feet plus. Down the center line pretty much. Should be okay. Watch the back one. And I think she's going to miss the back one. And that's a terrific shot. A really nice weight control for Kate Cameron there. Sitting 3. It'd been nice for Kate if she had been able to get just a half a rock curl there to be partially buried behind the yellow would have been better. So Robyn Silvernagle does have a chance to make the inside roll. Which would force probably Kate Cameron to play some. I don't know. The rock, they might be too far out to play her own back. She might just have to draw it for her own life. I'm sure they would talk about it, since it would be, again, it would be for 3. So it's got to curl a lot if it's going to get behind that guard. Not going to do that. Will she make some kind of a roll in front of the other one? Almost. So Kate Cameron with a shot on her last shot to come here. There are 3 points in this third inning. Big 3 points, as in it kind of came out of nowhere. Sometimes that happens. Nothing really seems to be developing, and then all of a sudden you get one miss somewhere, and you have a chance at 3. So. Looks like she's going to not want to throw an overly heavy shot, but it's got to be pretty solid out here. We've seen a couple rocks curl by. We drop that weight at all. A big shot for the Cameron rink. This way. A bit of a clean going on early. This looks very good. Kate Cameron will pick up a big 3-ender here in the third end. Bit of a surprise the way that developed, but she takes a 3-1 lead into the fourth end. We'll be back in a minute.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Calling all curlers, novice to pro. Asham Curling Supply's patented rotator disc system lets you customize your slider right in the store. Velcro attachments make it easy to find the sliding platform that's right for you. Shop Asham Curling Supplies, 700 McPhillips, online at asham.com.
Well, big 3-ender for Kate Cameron in the third end. Go through two really good shots there. She had a couple of misfires on hits the first two ends, so I think she'll feel much better about how that went there. She did throw a couple of takeouts. Almost made a great roll on her first shot, and then had to really kind of throw a finesse takeout on her last one. She had to get the weight and a nice right, and threw a really nice stone. There was really never a doubt as it was coming down it was going to hit a rock on the nose and not jam anything. So a big 3 for Cameron. She's now at 3-1 after 3. Silvernagle will have some work to do here. Still early, plenty of ends left, but don't want to fall behind anymore, that's for sure. Regard for Silvernagle. And look to throw this one in, probably in the top of the 12-foot, top of the 8-foot. I guess maybe she wanted a little bit shorter. She was looking to play the guard. I thought she might go in the house and make Robyn do something else. It's a good throw. Good throw. Overcurled a bit, but still a good throw. Silvernagle looking to play the draw to that rock. It's definitely a little bit straighter today. She's only got about 4 feet of ice. And even a touch less than 4 feet of ice, which we've needed more than that this week, but that's still lows. A lot of people might come around the corner here and just ignore this one for now. It's not a bad call though. Jesse Holland. Meat looks really good. Nicely done. play the same shot basically. Put herself in front of the rings would be fine. We haven't seen too much of this, or at least I haven't seen too much of this weekend, where teams sort of stack rocks, and you'll see quite often in games where somebody comes around, the other person comes around. They play about 4 or 5 of those sometimes in a row. Sometimes one team going one way and the other going the other way, but I've seen too much of that here. It seems like if they get 1 or 2 behind there, nobody's completely comfortable with that, so they'll move some rocks from the front just to make it more accessible. It's another good shot, though, I think. Coming in. Very nicely done. Now he'll remove those guards. This is a good call for Robyn. I think it's, he hit this and roll over behind the guard, set up kind of a double corner guard. It's not well over there, but it's okay. You need to open up that back a little bit. See how run this back, I think. I'm probably not real thrilled with that, but I'm looking at the guard here. So she'll throw the guard, she'll throw it in turn. A bit more ice. Trying to put this 4 or 5 feet in front of the house. Really good here. May end up coming a little deeper, but that's probably won't hurt. And for a big shot now. Silvernagle really needs her second stone, Jesse Hahn, to throw a good one here, hit this right on the nose and get rid of a couple of yellows. It's getting a little messy for her in there. Heat on this one. Just an overcurl. Hit the highway. So not a great result again for Jesse Hahn. Just having a little trouble getting it on the stick today for some reason. Let's get rid of that one, but it's not the one you needed to get rid of, really. So another guard going up for Kate Cameron. She could go down, play the yellow one, or play the red one, I guess, and that would be an option, but she's set up very nicely here, so why not take advantage of that? See where her boom is there. That's about where she'd like this rock to end up. Trouble getting there. That's a very good throw. McDonald. Throwing that one. So Jesse Hawken will be asked to do the same, more or less the same thing that the other Jesse was trying to do in the previous shot. Really needs to make some contact with with those rocks in the house. So let's wait. Hit something more than just the top one. Didn't throw out as good as she would have liked, but it was a good effort. Needs a little bit of a half a miss or something out of Kate Cameron's team here to give her a chance to make another double, maybe. And McDonald looking to throw the guard. Same place. You can just walk out, see where her footprints were, and stand in the same spot. This is going to be good. A little bit deep. It's not awful, but I'm sure she would like to have been a little bit longer than that. Same idea here for Jessie. If she can hit this, if she can hit it, you can probably get through all three of them, but even if you hit it right on the nose and get the high one that she's hitting and the one that biting the forefoot, that would be a start. And I think then you might see Cameron go back and hit that red one at the back. This one's got to come up a little bit more. Oh, it's perfect. Just a great shot for Jessie Humpkin. That was a much needed effort. Changes things around pretty radically here. Cameron's going to go down and play a lightweight takeout and remove this red one. Will leave. If she stays, I suspect you'll see Silvernagle hit it and try to blink. But she does have the opportunity here to use that corner guard if she wants. She probably would not choose to do that if Yellow had a rock in the house, so. Just managed to escape the mess. You don't want to get back anything too easy. You don't want to have to take one. This one's looking pretty good. I thought they might let that come up once it got by the guard. Get a tiny little bit of a kick the other way. Would have made a blank very difficult. But a good throw. Silvernagle would definitely be looking at a blank here. Really can't really afford to take one. Sometimes you say, well, you know what, if we get one, we get one, and that's usually if you're currently tied or you're going to tie or something like that. But you know, to end up taking one here, and to be down one without hammers would definitely not be a good result. Nagels on the way. Not a lot of weight. Well, I guess we got a couple more shots to come, so I apologize. I was one rock ahead of myself there. So now if you're Kate Cameron, you'd like to hit and roll a little bit behind that guard. I understand the last shot better now. Manitoba tuck delivery. It's pretty good. You don't want to lose this. Well, it hangs around, so from that point of view, it's good, and it did stay, and that's a good thing as well. It's I certainly would have been looking to just maybe go a little bit less and stay a bit more behind the guard, but you force Robyn to hit it, and she really wants to blank it, so she's not taking very much ice at all. So I assume she's going to throw this very hard with a lot of rotation. Normally you're going to hit these blanks. Normally you're going to play these blanks on the high sides, particularly with a rock out in front like that. So that's what I assume she would be doing. But to have that happen, she has to have it almost have no curl on the shot. None at all. Here's the rotation. It's going hard. Christy Moore going hard on it. She's going to have to hit it on the inside now. It's going to work, I think, though. Not very good. Don't know if that was the side she was trying to hit or not, but a good result for Robyn Silvernagle. She dodges a bit of a mess that was there for a little while and manages to blank this in, and we have a 3-1 lead for Team Cameron going into the fourth end break.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
So in the fourth end break here in this game between Robyn Silvernagle and Kate Cameron, we're just taking a couple of minutes to refresh and all of that. And with Cameron leading 3-1, we will take another little break and then come back for the action shortly.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
back again for the second half of this match. Reminder, we're here for the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series Women's Major event, presented by Curling Stadium Beaumont and the Alberta Curling Series, as well as Curling Zone on YouTube. Every game this weekend is streamed on YouTube, and you can certainly watch it. You can go to the Curling Zone, search out Curling Zone, or search out Alberta Curling Series. Might even be easier for you. If you're looking it up on YouTube, you may already be there. So Silvernagle remains down 2. Throw a corner guard up here. It's one of those games that I don't think you'd expect anybody to be ahead by any more than a point here, but overall, I would think you wouldn't have expected Silvernagle to be down. But having said that, she gave up a very sort of an innocent 3 in the third end, but with Jessie Hunkin making a raised triple takeout here in the last end, she dodged a bullet. So at the end of the day, score's probably where it should be. It's a beat qualifier game, as we mentioned. The winner of this will move on to the finals on Sunday. 6 teams make the finals in this event. There's 15 teams started. You'll see that sometimes these days with just have 6 qualifiers, particularly in the 16-team events, because you don't necessarily want to qualify half the teams. And the loser of this game will drop down and try to play their way through C division, which probably means they have a couple of more games today, I would expect. A couple of more draws today to broadcast, so that would tell me that we probably have a couple more draws to do in the C division. In-turn come around. I think it got to the rings. Cameron can't do much with it yet, so she will look to play the in-turn draw around the center guards. Ask lead Anna Cullen. Make this one. That extension's always a little bit hard to tell unless you're right there with them as to how much they actually gave it. She looked like she gave that one a pretty good pop. Not sure what happened there. I guess she was just late. It certainly didn't look like they were working hard on that. I'm not sure if it grabbed something or what happened there. Silvernagle looking trying to figure out where to go with this one. A lot of rocks in play. Cameron's probably going to move something on the next shot.
We got out here a little better. Looks heavy.
This is one of those I mentioned yesterday. Sometimes when you're skipping, I skip most of my life, and sometimes when you're skipping and you stand there, you're a little baffled what's going on. You ask the team, and the team's standing there looking at you. Nobody says anything. It's just a really awkward feeling. But they got it straight. Play the out turn around the center guard. I would rather not play right around the center guards just yet in this end, but with hammer, it's not always the favorite place to go. It's hard to get anywhere else there. Working hard on this one. Maybe by. It's very nicely done. Very nicely done. Second stone, Jessie Hahn. Pronouncing it Hahn, and I'm not sure if it has an I in it. I'm not sure if it's Hahn or not, but Kate Cameron's going to try to move some things out of the way here. These are her own rocks, but she's still going to play to get rid of them. They have served their purpose, and they need to no longer be there. She's trying to get rid of more than one here. She may not get rid of more than one. Well, that worked out far better than I think she could have imagined. We're looking at maybe playing the intern draw around that. This looks like some little room. When you look at the long shot, the overhead, you can see she does have a fair bit of space to work with and lots of room to get some curl coming in there. Second stone, Jesse Hahn. It's a big shot. And you're down 3-1. You have Hammer in the fifth end. They say it's not panic time, but it's certainly a time to get going. You can make most of your shots here. This one could be quite good. That's an excellent shot. Excellent shot. Kate will look to a couple of options on the shot. All kind of the run back, straight back first, but she's okay because you could, if it hits it a little bit on the high side and takes the red out that's at the top of the 12-foot, probably hangs around. That wouldn't be a horrible result either. So she's got a few things good that can happen in the shot. Right there, Taylor McDonald asked to make something happen here. Certainly high side of if nothing else. Very good shot. So same shot this time for Jesse Hunkin. So they are working fairly hard to score two here. So we're seeing a coach out for the fourth inning break, and the sheep beside us, and being an East Coast guy, we very often see the cowboy hats out at the fourth inning break. That's cool. I like it. This one's coming in quite nicely. Well done. Two very nice come-arounds by the Silvernagle team. Interesting. I thought she might just take another run at this one. She's going to actually play the draw here, which, if you make it good, will put you in a good position. Just a tad surprise is all. I'd like to call. Anywhere in front of it's a good shot. Taylor McDonald. Sweepers seem to be indicating it's got enough weight, at least enough that they don't want to sweep it yet. Able now, it will go sideways a little bit. You see those slow deliver it as much weight as you put down on the boom strokes. So trying to make that rock turn in there. Almost a good shot. And it's not a terrible shot, but it's definitely very gettable, and a little flop inside for the red. Could put the camera in some trouble. A good effort. Josie Hunkin. It's going to move a little bit, but it should do that. She'd like to get a little bit to the inside of this. good shot. Well done, Silvernagle. Silvernagle, I think, has a little something going here. Cameron could throw this with some serious weight, solid weight, and could probably make the double. You might lose your yellow at the back of the forefoot as well, but I think if you hit that about maybe half a stone, you know, you hit the back red one about a half a stone, and it should, I think it should spin over the top of the other yellow. I don't think it'll stay there. It'd have to be very unfortunate to end up with a really bad result here, but let's see what she's doing. She's kind of looking at the front one now, which surprises me a little bit. Just, I didn't know I played this before, but I think it was much easier. She also is I mentioned a couple times, I think she's a very good hitter. Maybe she, I don't know for sure, but maybe she, you know, slants that way a little bit if you're trying to decide what to play. She may sort of, the first option might go to a hit. So, nothing really wrong with that. Everybody's different. We got an out-turn run back of sorts here, and I'm not exactly sure. I think she's probably trying to hit a little tiny bit on the outside. Get the red. There is a possibility you run the yellow back here. You could still leave red sitting a couple, or at least having number 2 and number 3. So you gotta know where you want to hit this one. It has to curl a little bit more. I don't think it's going to get there, and it doesn't. Effort, but just didn't quite get to where she needed to get to make some contact in the house. The good news, I guess, is that Robyn Silvernagle's rocks are still bunched together, and no matter where she puts this one, you may well have another crack at a double or a triple even. I think she's going right in on top of the red, or sorry, excuse me, on top of the yellow that's behind the corner, or partially behind the corner. It's going to leave a lot of rocks close together, but it's pretty hard to do anything else. You could throw a fairly tight guard on these rocks. Kind of guard half of each of them, but this might be just as good as any. It'd be pretty tough if you throw this in and don't bounce anything off. It might be pretty tough to get rid of. To get rid of 2 of them, actually. Which would be what Kay Cameron would be looking to do. This one needs to curl as well. I think we say that almost every shot. She would have liked that to curl just a little bit more. There's definitely a fairly easy double for Cameron. And she could stay right there and make her shot for 2. Fairly difficult. Quite difficult, possibly. The nice thing about this shot is you really can hit, you know, we could hit probably maybe a quarter of a rock all the way up to 3/4 of a rock and still make this shot. Just make sure you get it on target. Decent weight. Should be in good shape. Might give up a 2, but you get a hard, difficult 2. This one's got to curl a bunch. Well, not a real good throw. I don't think she'd be very happy with that throw up. I never really considered that you'd hit that thin. I said a quarter of a rock. I guess I was not thinking really a quarter of a rock, but so a draw for 3 for Robyn Silvernagle. definitely not be happy with that shot. That's really just a nose hit or close to nose hit. Didn't get there. So this is the, the proverbial free draw. Never thought of them. A lot of people never thought of them totally as free, but they're certainly an open draw to the house for 3 points. She doesn't really have to move anything to get that. Does have to get there though. And she will do just that. So a big 3 for Robyn Silvernagle coming back from the break in the 5th end here. And she will take a 4-3 lead when we come back for the 5th end. 6th end, sorry.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Calling all curlers, novice to pro. Ashland Curling Supply's patented rotator disc system lets you customize your slider right in the store. Velcro attachments make it easy to find the sliding platform that's right for you. Shop Ashland Curling Supplies, 700 McPhillips, online at ashland.com.
Back here. Here, Robyn Silvernagle picks up a 3. And a couple each team now has had a 3-ender. They like to make teams work if they're going to make a 3-ender in each. And they don't give it up quite that easily. When the last hit just threw a little bit wide, I think. Christy Moore. She'll have the nose hit. Cameron asking Kenzie Elias to throw a corner guard here. See the difference in the curl. To throw this corner guard this way or earlier in the event, you would have had to be probably to the edge of the 4-4, which just would not get over far enough. And Mackenzie throws a good one. Both teams finished. Back in stone, Jesse Hahn. And Silvernagle, so without the advantage of last rock in the sand. No complaints though after getting a 3. Throws a guard and a very nice one indeed. The camera looking to play the corner freeze on the red rock on the center line. Just a smidge late, but work out okay, I think. Might be on the other side. There it is. Good shot. Very good. Silvernagle, follow that down. And nicely done as well. Get rid of that guard. That's a good throw. One's asking for a guard. Just make sure you guard the high side of this red rock if you're going to have to guard one side or the other. He's working hard. That's very nice. You just have to convince yourself not to stop as a sweeper on this ice, because there's times when you just feel like the rock is done, like it's not going anywhere anymore or anywhere further, and it's just what they do. They will just slide. It's just like they're sliding off a hill over there. This one's curling pretty hard as well. Be on the front one. Trying to just go around there and hit her yellow one onto the red one and not disturb that guard at all. That could have worked out pretty well. Not an easy shot, but It's very well done. See how I think has quietly had quite a good game. For those that are wondering, if you're not popping over and having a look at something else, the game that just finished early was Selena Sturme playing Momoha Tabata from Japan, and Sturme lost by a score of 9-1. Bit surprising. This looks like she's going to get both these reds. No, didn't. I thought she was going to make contact. Good shot, though. I believe that was the other B qualifier of that game. So if I'm right, Tabata will move into the playdowns and Selena Storme will drop down to the C division and play another game or two. Silvernagle looking to throw that same guard. Sand hasn't worked out quite the way Cameron would have liked to. Everybody made the shots early, but just hasn't had that opportunity to turn it into much yet. And there's only a couple of rocks to come. Robyn Silvernagle. Fooled by the scoreboard, by the way, you guys. If anybody happens to jump on here for the first time and doesn't really know where we are actually not in the 5th end. We're actually in the 6th end. Made a blank in there that's not posted. This looks like it's going to be a good one. Well, it's not what she would have wanted for sure, but say Cameron basically has to play something here that may end up losing everything that's in the house. But if you hit this just a hair low, you may roll behind the guard a little bit. But for her, she needs to make these red ones go away. And she would love to end up with something in the house when she's done, which she would even if she knows it's this. But for now, get rid of the reds and hopefully get a chance to... Well, you still got a shot at getting two if you can put these in the right spot. Put this one in the right spot more so than the last one. Should be good, I think. The red ones, will they all go out? No, that one's not going to go out for her, I don't think. That's very unfortunate. I thought that I would have thought that would have went. Obviously, you had to hit it slightly off. Pretty much hit it right on the nose. You had to hit it a little bit off nose, one side or the other, to make that work. So Robyn Silvernagle with a chance to force Cameron to her one here. Hit this and stay pretty well anywhere. And you will force Kate Cameron to take a single point. Here in the 6th end. Which wouldn't be the end of the world even for Cameron. She would be tied. Tied without playing 7, but if you can force in the 7th, then you're in good position playing the final end. Need to stay here, though. Really need to stay, need to hit it. And that's going to work out quite nicely. So Robyn Silvernagle, that one looked like it was getting away from a little bit, but has forced Kate Cameron to a draw for 1. Important shot, but it is only, you just have to get a little piece of the 8-foot. So we'd expect her to make this without too much difficulty. Sometimes a little hard when the ice curls this much, though. You just gotta soften it up a little tiny bit, and things don't happen the way you would expect. But I would think Kate Cameron shouldn't have too much trouble with this. Little draw to the 8-foot. Sweepers will put it on the button anyway if they have a chance. Always good for the skip to see something end up on the button. Out turn draw. Looks pretty good. Maybe seems to be. Ooh, maybe. And it just holds on. I gotta tell you, when the sweeper was cleaning that, relatively aggressively, I didn't know. Anyway, we have a tie game, 4-4 after 6 ends of play here at the Hack2House event. And we will go to a short break and be back for end number 7.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
So we're back for end number 7. Very tight affair. Robyn Silvernagle and Kate Cameron. Silvernagle without the advantage of hammer here. Or with the advantage of hammer here, sorry. Come around, kind of came all the way around. Sometimes you wonder if they could just do a full circle, these rocks. Girl's going to fix the scoreboard now. It's hard because you're half an hour ago with the stuff happening, so I'm going to get it figured out. Had me full for about 10 minutes there. I was trying to decide if I had it right in my head or not, but this time I did. So Robyn Silvernagle would really love a blank end here, and just trying to maybe figure out how do you get to there is just a challenge. Still on lead stones. Christy Moore. Team Silvernagle playing the come around. Kate Cameron's task here is really to go as hard as you can go to force to 1 without that turning into more than 1. Playing so an angle raise takeout for Brianna Cullen. This one might be curling a little more than she wanted. Is it going to hang on there? And it did. It was a good shot.
Good morning, Jim.
Silvernagle looking to take play a little bit away from the guard. Like this, to hit this and just roll maybe a foot to the left would be a good spot. Girl's going hard on this one. Real hard, a little bit over curl. It's not a bad shot. Cameron's playing the double here. Problem with that is if she makes it, she might have a hard time forcing to a single point here. Be a little bit tempted to play the intern freeze, just set one on top of that. I know it's risky, but it might be worth a go here. Brianna Cullen once again, throwing an out turn, double takeout. And just goes over the top. Had hit a little bit thinner. We're down to Skips Rocks here on the 7th end. Kate Cameron with their first one. And they'll turn around the corner guard, trying hard to force Silvernagle to take one here. A little deep, but might do the trick. Interesting call for Robyn here. Do you go around the corner and try to score your 2? Or do you just hit that one? Lost our audio there for a few minutes. Not quite sure what happened. It might be my lack of computer geniusness. Apologize for that. Silvernagle now will try to keep this above the tee line. It's important that she do that. And if she can get behind the red one and keep it above the tee line, she has a very good chance of getting a 2 here. No turn for Silvernagle. Sweeper's indicating it's probably got enough weight. Should start to move quite hard right around now. The line looks very good. Just a matter of how deep it is. A little deeper than she wanted it. It's a very nice shot, but really didn't want to be behind the tee line. Girls are probably indicating you could probably pick this out, but you just threw the out-turn draw there and you just went, what, 2 feet, 3 feet past that. I think I would be staying with that same shot. It's not an easy pick. And if you do pick it, and if you pick it and roll out, then she just throws and blanks it anyways. I think given that you just played this shot, I think there's no, in my mind, no reason not to just play that same shot. She gave you actually a break by sliding behind the tee line, so you might as well take advantage of it. A little bit of an awkward end for Cameron. They started out, I thought they probably had to go be a little more aggressive early in the end, and then it was almost like a light went off about with 3 rocks to come, and realized that Robyn Silvernagle was looking very much like she might get to blank this end. And then Cameron team made a couple of good shots, and we are she's in a good spot here. If she can just sink one on there, it's a time for her to make a big shot, but that's what skips have to do, and I'd expect her to be very close on this. She was just a little bit heavy last time. Should have the line pretty much figured out. Kate Cameron. Brianna Cullen and Mackenzie Elias on the brooms, on the brushes. This looks very nice. Can't quite see it now, but the line looks pretty good. You're going to overcurl just a touch. I think that was a very good effort. It probably curled 3 inches or so more than she would have liked it to have curled. I think yellow shot, but really it's not easy, but Silvernagle could decide, well, I definitely want my 2. I can go down and just touch the yellow, just a little bit, and just on the inside. So it's really you're almost missing it. With draw weight, then you could quite possibly get your 2. They're looking pretty hard at it, though. It might not be quite as easy as I think it is, or as visible as I think it is, to being 2. Big shot for Robyn Silvernagle. 2 would be a big end here. It does a little bit of a tight slide there and kind of popped it back out. It shouldn't matter, I don't think, here. It's just going to go pretty hard. As we see where we're going here. Line's good if she's got enough weight. Wow, that's a great effort. It's just needed. She just added 1 foot of weight. We'll see, just see if we've got a 1 or a 2 here. Maybe if they're going to measure, we can wait out the measure and then we can go to break right after that. Logic tells me it has to be yellow just because, well, just because of when they were thrown. So this is a measure for 2. Silvernagle with the shot she just threw has 1 in the bank, if you will. And we'll see how good my eyes are. I have a couple of pairs of glasses here I could have put on, 2 different glasses, but I didn't. I just went solo on them this time. Just going to take it without the glasses. I think it's going to end up being 1. I think we got a 1 symbol. See if they hang it right away, and they're not going to hang it right away. So I guess we'll go to break and be back for the 8th end, and just have to deal with the suspense while we're away until we can see what the final score was. Thanks very much.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Calling all curlers, novice to pro. Ashland Curling Supply's patented rotator disc system lets you customize your slider right in the store. Velcro attachments make it easy to find the sliding platform that's right for you. Shop Ashland Curling Supplies, 700 McPhillips, online at ashland.com.
So we're back for the 8th end. I have to wait till we get a look at the scoreboard here, see if it was a 1 or a 2 in the last end. And it was a 1. So Silvernagle has a 1-point lead playing the 8th end here. That was a very exciting finish to the previous end. They did have to measure for that second shot. It was very close. Cameron coming around the center guard. You note the center guard didn't end up on biting the center line. So the tick shot was available if the Cameron rink had chose to play it. Down 1 though, so I think it was maybe a little less likely that they would do that. Silvernagle going to play the opposite turn, going to play the out turn freeze. Lead Christy Moore. 2 Jessies on the brooms. On and Hunkin. And this one's looking quite good. It's very nicely done. Camera will try to stack them up a little bit. She doesn't mind moving the yellow hair if it's could bump it a foot. The line was all good. That would be all right. She'd like to get a little bit to the inside of it. Lead Mackenzie Ellis. This one also looks quite good. It's going to get by the guard. It does. See where it ends up. That's a very good shot. Very good shot. Well done. Silvernagle considering, at least at this point, putting a rock in front of those ones. Just trying to clutter it all up right now for the Silvernagle team. And she's gone back to the other turn, so she will throw the in turn this time. Everybody seeming to have, I shouldn't even say this before somebody throws one, but everybody seeming to have quite a good handle on the weight here. So Jessie Hahn will try to come right down almost into the pile, really. Out there a long ways. Don't know if it can come back that far. Maybe if the weight's perfect. Coming in pretty good now. Still needs to come a little bit. She's a little bit heavy. Okay, just a little bit heavy, and it does set up. Unfortunately for Silvernagle, it does set up the double if you wanted to do it on the reds. You might lose your yellow one from the back. Just having a look at it. Thinking about hitting the one in the 8-foot, sitting there, or even flopping out a little bit more into the 8-foot, bite to 12-foot kind of thing. It's like you're trying to figure out how to get 2, but we're so early in the end, you just got to be a little bit careful you don't mess things up too much right now. Can't quite see what the discussion, certainly can't hear the discussion, so not 100% sure what they're going to do here. Pretty much tapped all the rocks. Various different shots, obviously, but well, it seems like they've decided. Don't want to do too many of those discussions with the whole team, but it's good when you do in this situation late in the game. It's good that everybody knows, and it's good that everybody seems to be on board with the shot. Sometimes you can tell where people aren't necessarily on board with the shot because they're taking a long time to go to the other end, or they're looking back all the time, or whatever. Just sometimes they just aren't quite as invested in the shot as they need to be. So Brianna Cullen will be asked to play a little hit on this red one. Will hit and flop towards the middle, probably. Not going to come to the middle. Might stay on the outside, though. No. Going to roll out. Silvernagle will throw another draw in here. It's a little bit lonely, that one red one, so you want to make sure you get a little bit of help. So kind of an in-turn freeze. Again, if the line's good and you bump it a foot or something, that's fine, but the line's got to be good. Or you could easily set up some kind of a double. Second stone, Jesse Hodge. Going to be a little light on this. A little bit light. It does help protect yours in there a little bit, but not greatly, I don't think. Well, Kate's asking the team if they think we should get rid of those guards. It's a tough one down. If you're tied up, you're getting rid of the guards for sure. The shot's definitely there. You can definitely play the yellow on the red. Problem here is you're going to end up, if you play anything there that's going to move things around much, you're still leaving those guards out there, which are going to come back to haunt you a little bit. So we saw the call here. Basically, she's trying to play the yellow on the red, remove the red, and if not remove it, at least move it out well into the 12-foot. Hang around. An out turn. Just control kind of weight. Should be good. Just comes up a little tiny bit. Good shot. Still have some stuff to work with, though. That's the nice thing. The staggered guards at the front, although they're a little far out, do offer you some pretty decent protection if you can get one behind it. The other thing for the Silvernagle team, though, is they've still got to consider that, you know, Kate does need two. One doesn't do her any good. We don't want to let her have an easy two, but there's a few options, I guess. If you're going to play a takeout, which they are. Not sure exactly what takeout they're playing. I think they're playing the intern takeout on the high one, which would be, and then come across and probably make the one in the 4-foot as well. The one that's behind the guard, you could make that. You could make the double and sit right there. Force Kate to deal with that rock. That would be, I think, a pretty decent result. Still early enough in the end, you could actually go right around and sit in that pocket. See what that looked like. There's Jesse Hunkin. The intern takeout, intern double takeout. Nicely done. She sure didn't save any weight on that one. She threw that one down there quite solid. Just fine. It worked good. That's going to work any better no matter what weight you threw. So throw the weight that you like to throw and that you throw well and make the shot. Kate still trying to get two. I don't know if I'd be all that excited about even removing this rock. I think I wouldn't be terribly unhappy if she were to bump it back into the 8-foot somewhere. And if you could get almost to the nose of it, you would stay there and your yellow would get touched a little bit by the red. So I'm just a little bit concerned with the takeout here that something doesn't stay around or rocks don't end up where you think they're going to end up. So let's see what happens. second stone, or sorry, the third stone, Taylor McDonald. That was kind of the problem with that, I think. Is that you're gonna, if you can't stay, it was a difficult stay. It was certainly doable, but it was difficult. Then it doesn't really help you much. So Jesse Hunkin will be asked to throw another takeout. As I mentioned earlier, she had quite a good game. This will be a little later than that double takeout, I think. Looks pretty good. I think she liked it to curl a little bit. Good throw. Would have liked to have got a little bit of a roll on that. Would have made this, well, not that it would have made this shot that much harder. It just would have taken away the possibility of Taylor now making that hit and roll behind the guard. Out turn, fairly soft takeout. This could be really good if they can make it move another little bit. Yeah, really nicely done. Nicely done, but I think gettable, to be honest. I do think that you can get to that rock. So I mentioned a few times now, it would have been a little bit easier a couple of days ago, I think, but definitely plenty of room there to make this. You can't really do much else here. I guess I shouldn't say that. You could draw right down to it, and she may be going to do that. Looks like she is. I'm not sure if she's going to draw to the yellow or if she's trying to go around the yellow. Maybe sit on the button or bite the button at least, which might be the best call at the end of the day, because if you go after it and you don't happen to get it, your ticket guard or something, then you're giving, Kate Cameron a pretty good opportunity, like far better opportunity of getting her two. It doesn't really help you to remove it. So this might be the best shot by the time things are all said and done. So it's an out turn. Out turn draw. Sweepers are going a bit, not crazy hard. Make sure they're there because she is. Very nicely done. Cameron is sitting one though. She can't really do anything as far as the red rock goes. It's there and it's going to be there, so you have to just forget that one. So the question is, do you guard that up and figure that you will have no more difficult shot than you have right now to score your second point, or not? Or do you come right in someplace? You could come around the red and the yellow, because if you know it curls so hard that you could come around there and probably half bury it just behind the tee line, but you might be hurting your chances of winning just by doing that. Because if you ever went to the back of the 4-foot, just back of the 4-foot, then she comes down and sits on yours, then you may not even have a shot. So big decision here and a tough call. think I like the tight guard here. That appears to be what Kate's tapping as well. I think I like that. I might like it a little bit tighter than that. And if you do this, then I think, you know, you're going to be on this side of the sheet. So depending on where yours ends up, I guess, first of all, Silvernagle you may force her to come around on the in-turn, which probably hasn't played quite as much. I think we've used both sides, but I think it seems like we've had more out-turns than in-turns, but so skip Kate Cameron from Manitoba, yeah, with her first shot here in the 8th end of this B qualifying game against Robyn Silvernagle. He's going very hard, just trying to close that gap a little bit more, and they will do that. That's very nice. Nicely thrown and nicely swept. I think a hair deeper would have been nicer, and to be honest, it probably could have been slightly more over to the right-hand side, like, you know, a foot or something like that. Because you could almost afford to leave the gap, although I don't know that you could afford totally to leave the gap. So we'll see what happens. Let's see where he goes with that. This rather. Out-turn draw for Robyn Silvernagle with her final shot here at the 8th end in this B qualifying game. Seems to be a long ways out there, but it will start to move. Very good shot for Silvernagle. Hey, Cameron, going to play the run back. I don't really know that you need to do this. I think you can come right around that. You don't have to move it very far. But chosen to play the run back. Stick it for 2 in the win. She called it quick, so at least she's committed. This is in the neighborhood. Don't let it over curl. Will she make it? And she will. So Kate Cameron with a terrific run back here in the 8th end to score 2. Defeats Robyn Silvernagle 6-5. And will proceed into the playoffs on Sunday. So great shot. Good finish to this game. A couple of good shots by the Skips. And a well-deserved victory. It's a pleasure bringing you this game. I'm Jim Nix, and I will say goodbye for now. Oops.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Come on, I thought that was sort of the go away part, so I sort of jumped the finish a little bit, but
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.